Well, before we left town, we twisted Perry's arm to get him to show us some of the huge nuggets. And I say some of the huge nuggets in his collection. And these are some of the more interesting ones.
Yeah, these are the more interesting ones. It was over the years in GPAA, whenever a member found something spectacular, I would always inquire to see if they were interested in selling it. And these are some of the ones, these big pieces here are pieces that actually GPAA members found on GPAA claims over the years that were spectacular finds that I was able to acquire.
Can you tell us some about the different ones?
Well, the most famous one and the most beautiful one and the most unique and rare, I probably would say, would be this one. And people called it the tongue nugget. It was found right outside of Stanton on one of the GPA claims there. And what's mostly interesting about this is the gold just kind of shoots out of the quartz here. And you can see some terminated quartz crystals around the margin of where the gold is shooting out of this quartz. And it's just an unbelievably beautiful and rare piece. You don't find them like this. This is just one in a million right here. And so this piece right here is really special. And there's just no other way about it.
The old timers, they couldn't get this type of gold because they didn't have metal detectors, and the only way to get this type of gold was to just pick it up because it's smooth and it's rounded and it's been traveling along out there close enough to the surface where somebody can come along and find it with a metal detector. But the old timers, there was just no way to find this type of gold, and this type of gold could be like 40 feet over there. It could be like traveling along and you never even know it.
Yeah, it's, if you take an electrical contact and put it just about anywhere on here, it'll go through to the other side. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's all
interconnected all the way through it.
And you know, like if like this part of this rock was just sticking up above the ground and that's all you could see,
yeah, or that.
You'd look at that and you'd think, oh, that's just a rock, that's nothing.
Or that
but
too.
You swing a metal detector over the top of it and it sounds off, and you're like, wow, that made a noise. And then you start digging on it and you dig it up, and then all of a sudden, ta-da!
Yeah,
all this gold's on it.
Look at that one.
You look at that, you wouldn't think, well, that's just a rock. You wouldn't think nothing.
You start digging, and whoa,
whoa!
The different color variation of like the gold, like see this one's a little more bronze and this one looks a little more dull. Is there any specific reason for that? Is it just being worn, or is there different types of minerals in it?
Well, the neat thing about gold deposits is each one has its own specific chemical signature. So a lot of times you can tell gold just by the way it looks of where it came from. Gold from Arizona has a different look, gold from Alaska has a different look, gold from California has just a slightly different chemical makeup. And this one here came from a different deposit south of Stanton. Like you can see all this gold from the Stanton area looks pretty similar. This one's a little different, probably because it has maybe a little more silver in it, or it could be that it just hasn't been cleaned as much as some of these other pieces. But it's definitely, this came from Arizona, and it's probably has maybe a little more silver in it to give it that more whitish color to it.
Well, there you have it, the glitter of gold. Man, that's some beautiful looking stuff there, Perry. Well, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and each one of these bigger ones here was found by a GPA member out swinging their metal detector on the claims. So you got to get out there and find them.